Hey everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Brendan Bromley, and as you can probably tell, I am not in the best state. If I sound sick, if I sound bad, it's because I'm not feeling good. That's why I didn't upload this video yesterday, as opposed to today. See, we're already off to a great start. But I think this sets the tone very well. Because when it comes down to the past couple years, we have been so exposed to comic book movies, but yet all of them seem fresh and new. Some of the big highlights out there are Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Civil War. We obviously got Thor Ragnarok, and we got some other movies like Wonder Woman. And for myself, I really love Batman vs. Superman. But there was a time where comic book movies weren't taken as seriously, and today we're looking at one of those very fine examples of why comic book movies weren't taken as seriously. And one of those comic book movies is none other than the movie that also came out the same year as Batman and Robin, Spawn. And let me tell you this, with the comic book character as gothic and as demonic and yet badass and heroic as Spawn, this should have been one of the easiest movies to make cool. But they failed. And so, on that note, let's hop into it. So, when one is trying to describe the plot of Spawn, the movie, it's kind of hard, but I'll give you the basic rundown. An assassin named Al Simmons is basically betrayed by his boss and he dies. He's sent to hell, and the devil gives him a deal saying, hey, I will let you go back up to Earth, but you have to lead an army of mine. And there's a villain called the Violator who is not necessarily liking Spawn because Spawn is actually a good guy and all that stuff, and then a whole bunch of hooash and confusing subplots go on, plot holes are introduced that don't make any sense when it comes down to the actual movie, and it's like, what the hell? If I were to sum this movie up in one sentence, it would be Spawn versus the devil when it comes down to the story. But the story is so backwardsly told and so lazily told that we can't ever get a true grasp on it. And speaking about the devil, this is for a video game, right? Like, I'm hoping that these are the graphics from, like, a PS1 video, right? No, they're not. Oh my god. That is literally the worst CGI I have ever seen. Ever. Holy shit. Oh my god. That is... Oh. God, that is ugly. Okay, but on the opposite side of ugly, let's talk about the designs for Spawn and the true main villain of this movie, the Violator. These two look freaking phenomenal. They are created by the same team that works on The Walking Dead right now, and my god, Spawn's actual costume, his design looks awesome. And the Violator, though ugly, nothing is ever going to look as good as him. Like, here's what I'm saying. If they were to make another Spawn movie today, there's no way that the Violator would look better in that movie than the one in the 1997 movie. Because in this movie, the designs, when they're all practical effects, they look freaking phenomenal. But, obviously, on the opposite side, we got outlandish outfits and very, very sleazy and very strip-worthy outfits when it comes down to the assassins, and then we got, obviously, the shittiest design for the devil you could possibly think of. But I'm just saying this. So when it comes down to this movie, when we're dealing with topics such as apocalypse, hell, devils, and demons, why is it that none of these, four things that I just mentioned, the scariest thing in this movie? Because the scariest thing in this movie is, without a doubt, I can't even tell you about it. Just look at it. Look at this. Okay? You're going to look at this and you are going to look right back at me and you're going to just be like, oh, what? No. Okay? Prepare yourselves because this is traumatizing.
Funny, he's our man. If you can't kill him, no one can. Yay! Funny. S to the P to the A to the Y. S to the P to the A to the Y. Goes funny.
What the hell? This is the most disturbing scene in the entire movie, and it's literally no more than 16 seconds. But the reason it's so disturbing is it comes out of nowhere. John Leguizamo's Violator comes out in a cheerleader uniform and starts dancing, saying, "Spawn is our man. S to the P to the A to the on. S to the P to the A to the on. S to the P to the A to the on." Oh my god. How do I react to something like that aside from just staring at it in utter shock? Like, that is without a doubt the creepiest scene in this movie. So guys, what can I say? Spawn is easily one of the worst comic book movies out there. Definitely in the top 5. Up there with Fantastic, up there with Batman and Robin, up there with Catwoman, and up there with, like, I don't know, what can I say? It's just, this movie was all around awful with bland characters, horrible plot holes that ruin an otherwise cool idea. The acting is not very good, but at times it is fun. So at the end of the day, Spawn is a terrible movie, pretty much all around, aside from some cool designs and a couple fun moments. Spawn gets a 2 out of 10. But when it comes down to the so bad it's good category, I would give this like a solid 6, because I can watch this movie and laugh my ass off at like everything that goes on in this movie, but I cannot take it seriously, if you know what I mean. So on that note, yeah, Spawn, I think Spawn does need to be revitalized in a new way, because with all the great comic book movies coming out now, imagine this type of like design. Imagine like all the creativity with the character that could be brought up in a live action movie nowadays. And if you ask me, that would be absolutely awesome. And well, one can only hope that Spawn will get proper treatment later down the line. My name is Brendan Bromley. I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, whatever the heck time you're watching this, and I will see you next time. Sir? Sir? Okay, there's something I need to talk to you about. What do you need to talk to me about? I need to talk to you about something. About Agent 3B17. His heart detector has gone offline. His last task was to go get that Brendan review guy. The guy who has the YouTube channel, trying to get him to do a task, but yet the review guy is doing the task, and yet we haven't gotten a single report back from 3B17. We're pretty sure he's dead. Agent 3B17. What an amateur. Yeah, I know, sir. He was an amateur. You know, in order to be an amateur, you have to be taught by one. Listen, I don't want amateurs in my association. No, listen to me. You owe me. I don't deserve this. I'm one of your best goddamn commanding officers in this association. Amateurs don't get second chances. Don't. I have some business to attend to.